Hello everyone, welcome along to the channel. It's great to have you with us. So what I thought I'd do today is another tutorial video to show you all the workflow I follow in both Lightroom and Photoshop to get from the raw image I shoot on location all the way through to what I call a half color black and white horizon blend image. So let's get into Lightroom and we can make a start. Okay, so this is the image we're going to be working on today. We're in the develop module of Lightroom Classic and we're going to make some adjustments to the image in here. So the first thing I'd do is scroll down to the bottom and remove chromatic aberration and enable profile corrections for the lens that I was using. I'll then go back to the top. As you can see, this is slightly overexposed. The histogram is over to the right. So I'm just going to drop the exposure by about half a stop. Add a little bit of contrast, probably about 10 on the contrast. Raise the shadows to bring the detail out in the groins, probably about 60. A little bit of clarity, again about 10. And a little bit of dehaze. And I'm just going to sharpen it a little bit, so we come down to the sharpening tab. If we hold the option key and move the masking slider to the right, we only want to sharpen the C defense. What's white is what's going to get sharpened. So we say about there on that, and then move the sharpening across to about 80. And the last thing we need to do in here is just crop the image. So we come up to the crop tool, across to where it says original, and crop to 16:9, which is the resolution for YouTube and social media. And then I'm just going to move the image down so the horizon is in the center. Click enter to accept, and that's all we need to do in here. So what we're going to do now is get this into Photoshop, which on the Mac is Command and E. Right, so we got the image into Photoshop. The first thing we need to do is resize the image to make the file size a little bit smaller and make it easier for the computer. So if we come up to image size, as you can see, it's 116.5 megabytes. So if we change that to 3840 by 2160 pixels, that reduces it to 47.5. So we'll click OK on there to accept that. Fit it back on the screen. So the next step is to do a subject selection. So we come up to select subject. As you can see, it's done a pretty good job. It has missed the bottoms of some of these posts and part of the C defense. I'm not too concerned about that because there's not a lot of detail or color in that area, and a lot of it is below the water level. So we'll copy that layer, Command and J. And I'm just going to rename the layer to make life easier. Color subject. We'll just turn that layer off for now. Right, so the next step is to convert this image to black and white. So if we highlight the background image, come across to the adjustment tab, and as you can see, you've got a black and white tab, and you've got the choice of matte, strong, neutral, cool, and cinematic. Those who watched the last video know I normally choose strong, so we'll go with that. And we're just going to come down to the color layer. Double click the icon, and I'm just going to drop the blues and the cyans just to bring out some of this darker area of the sky where the blue is. So if we drop the blues down to about -50 and the cyans down to about -20, let's just darken the area, as I say, where the blue sky was. So what we need to do now is merge those layers. So if we click this icon here and go merge visible, we've now got a black and white image. So I need to do another subject selection next. So if we come up to select subject, and again it's done a pretty good job. So we will copy that layer, Command and J, and I will rename that layer black and white subject. So now we need to do a sky selection. So again, if we go back to the background layer and select sky. Copy that layer, Command and J. If we turn off the black and white subject and the background layer, we now need to get rid of this basket and post. So to do that, I'm going to use the clone stamp. So select that, and what you need to do is choose the area of sky you want to use, hold down Option and left click on the mouse, and then come across and just paint out the basket. You can do another selection further down, and then again a little bit further down. So that's the basket and the post painted out. So again, if we fit this back to the screen so we can see what we're doing. So the next stage is to extend the sky. So if we turn the black and white subject back on so we can see where we're extending to, and I will come up and choose the marquee tool, and I'll draw a square about the middle of the sea defence and probably up to about the middle of the basket, probably somewhere like that. We can then turn off the black and white subject, and if we come up to Edit, Content Aware Fill, it will show you on the right hand side the result of the stretch of the sky, if you like. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to click Apply and OK. So we can now deselect that square, and what we need to do now is need to merge these two areas of sky. So if we highlight both the layers, click the icon and click Merge Visible. The next thing I want to do is do an edit on this sky. So we're going to take the sky layer into Camera Raw Filter. So if we come up to Filter, Camera Raw, I'm just going to make some adjustments to the image. So I'm just going to drop the exposure about there, add a little bit of contrast, drop the highlights, drop the blacks, a little bit of clarity, a touch of dehaze. So if we come down here and click this icon, we can see before and after. So I'm liking the look of that, so we'll click OK to accept that. So now we need to work on blending the sky back towards the horizon. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a layer mask to the sky layer, turn back on the subject and the background, and then I'm going to use the graduation tool. So if we click on the image, drag down, and then holding the white circle, if we start to move that up, you will see that the horizon will come back in. Just there, it's starting to show. So I'll bring that back down. I would have said to somewhere around there. Then what we can do is choose the brush tool, and with a reasonably large brush, set the opacity to 100. We can just start painting out the line where the original merge was, just blending in gently. You need to work on around the edges of the sea defence, so we can make the brush smaller and just paint out the mask here. Make it small again and just work up to the top here. Slightly larger, just come across there. Larger again and just work across on this side. And then what I would do is drop the opacity down to about 30. Make the brush a little bit smaller and just refine the edge so you don't get a definite edge to the blend. Something like that. Okay, so that's the horizon blend finished. What we need to do now is bring the colour back into the groins. So all we need to do to achieve that is turn back on the colour subject that we made earlier on, and you can see now it's brought the colour back into the wooden groins and the basket on the end of the post. So all we need to do now is flatten this image and get it into Camera Raw Filter to do the final adjustments. So if we come up to this icon and click Flatten Image, and then we can go Filter and Camera Raw Filter. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is come up to the Mask tool, and I'm going to create a linear gradient and drag it down from the top, holding Shift to keep it straight. Bring it down, I'll just set to somewhere about there, and I'm going to subtract from that objects and just paint out the basket and the post and the cedar fences that are close to the edge of the gradient. So we just paint that in red, and that'll subtract that from the selection. So what we can do now is make adjustments to that area of the linear gradient. So if we're just going to drop the exposure slightly down to about there, drop the highlights, yeah, I'm liking that. So I'm now going to do another linear gradient, this time up from the bottom, again holding Shift to keep it straight, and bring it roughly up to there, and this time we can subtract the subject. And again I'm just going to drop the highlights, and just drop the exposure slightly, somewhere about there. So I think I'm going to bring another linear gradient in across here. I'm not liking this bright area here, so again, create mask, linear gradient. I'm going to drag it down from the corner. Something like that. And again, subtract objects, just so we don't do any adjustments to the post and basket. Again, just drop the highlights. Maybe just a touch on the exposure. Yeah, that's looking better. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is create a vignette. So I'm going to just go back to the adjustment tab. Just going to zoom out to 50% so we can see what we're doing. Go back to the mask tab, create new mask and a radial gradient, and I'm just going to drag that out in an oval from the edge, from the center of the image, something like that. Obviously this is the area it's going to affect, which is not what I want. I want the outside edges, so I just come up to the mask, click the three dots and invert mask, and then you can play around with the feather. As you can see, the feather will bring it in and out, so I'm going to go, I said somewhere around about 25, and all I'm going to do is just drop the exposure just to darken around the edges, and then I'm going to create another radial gradient, again out from the center, something like that, and just gently raise the exposure just to draw your eye into the center of the image. Just like that. I'll go back to the previous one and just drop that a little bit more. What I said there. And again you can click, that's when we came in, and that's now. So if we zoom back to 100%, you can see after, before, that's when we came in, and that's after the adjustments. So I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to click OK, which will take us back into Photoshop. And there you have it. There is a nice horizon blend half colour image created within Lightroom and Photoshop. Okay, so if you made it to the end of the video, thanks for sticking with me. It's greatly appreciated. If you did enjoy the content, please hit the like button, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. It all helps. If you've got any questions or comments, please drop them down below. I do try to answer all the questions and comments. So yeah, once again, thanks for joining me today, and hopefully I'll see you all back here on the channel for the next video.